Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Dave here with you. Happy Saturday. Hope you are doing well. And yeah, cheers to you. Well, that's been a whole other week. Things are going on. Just for all you guys, I might have to say this a few times. I don't know if my internet's going to hold out through the whole stream, hopefully, but it's been cutting out at least once a day for the last 3-4 days. We've narrowed it down to equipment, and the company are sending out new stuff, but it's going to be a few weeks or days, or I don't know when it's going to get here. Hopefully it'll last, but if I just disappear randomly, that's why. So yeah, we'll try and get through as much as we can. Hope you're doing well. I hope you have had a good week. Just a 3 Chord Dave video this week because of the internet issues, pretty much because I haven't been online for most of the week. But here we go. We'll dig into the old comments, see how we're getting on. There's a few bits of news and things going on. Some new guitars coming next week that we know about and stuff, so we'll get into that as well. So yeah, let's dig into it. Hope you are all well. Let me know in the comments there below. Let's just dive into it and see what we get up to. Scott, of course, was here first. He's always here first. Marcia was second. Still on this Android. I'm going to do my best with typing again, but I may have to wave a white flag. I don't want anyone to worry if I suddenly get quiet. Yeah, no worries, Marcia. You do what you need to do, and don't worry about it. It's all good. But thanks for letting us know. Ryan says won't be able to stay up at a cottage. All right, no worries. Yeah, you might have issues, connectivity issues, same as I do. So, but yeah, good stuff, Ryan. Thanks for popping in at the start. Let me see. Marge says, have fun, Ryan. I read that as won't be able to stay up at a cottage. It's like, why? Very good. By the way, since Dave is going to ask, I didn't forget to message about my iPhone. Yeah. I forgot about that actually. I'm just locked out of many accounts still, but I'm working on a solution to find a device where I can get a text. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, no worries. When you can, let me know. I'll see what I can do for you. So yeah, not a problem at all. Glenn is here. Good to see you, Glenn, in your usual guise. So yeah, good to see you looking at. Oh, you're back again. 2 comments later. All right, well, good to see you, Glenn, and good to see you. I love black guitars. I love your commitment to the bit. Thanks so much. Marcia says, did anyone here know that Virginia Grohl passed away in July? Her granddaughter Violet confirmed on a subreddit for Foo Fighters over a week ago. Yeah, I was actually just reading about it today because I was just finishing up Dave Grohl's book Storyteller, which is excellent, by the way, and I recommend it completely. But yeah, I thought it was recently, like within the last couple of weeks, that it happened. So anyway, it has happened, see, which is so it hasn't been a good year for Mr. Grohl. Yeah, they are the first of the tribute concerts for Taylor is happening next week in London. I have spent the last few months trying to get tickets for it, but it's just not possible. So yeah, we'll not be going to London next week. But it's unfortunate that he's having such a bad year. Hopefully he's all right. I know they're in London rehearsing at the minute, so yeah, look. It's sad when you hear that, but there you go. A very low-key thing, actually. There hasn't been a big bump in it. Glenn says, hello to our bearded Pelham Blue loving host, Dave. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it. Ricky Compton is here. Good to see you, Ricky. Hope you are well. And cute goth cousin. We all know who that is. Enjoyed the content this week. Thank you. Thank you so much, Glenn. Appreciate that. Marcia is very sad. She was apparently not well from the articles I read, but no sources seem to know what was wrong. I read there was a post on the UK Foo Fighters Twitter, but not sure about the US account. I didn't see it on the Twitter account. I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter. You may have noticed I don't spend a lot of time on social medias and such like that. But yeah, I have no idea what happened either. I feel for Dave. Thank you. Aren't those 2 concerts for Taylor happening soon? Yes, indeed. I think he'll be okay in time, but he's very close to his mom his entire life. That's gotta be tougher than Taylor. Yeah, there are multiple references in the book about my best friend Taylor and how close he was with his mother and stuff like that. So 2 very important people for him have passed, and definitely a not a good time. But yeah, look, we'll see how he's obviously he's having to deal with it in his own way, but I'm sure he's feeling pretty beat up right now. Ricky says FedEx brought my Dave Mustaine rusted piece Gibson V today. I gotta say it's killer. The QC on mine is flawless. I got number 70. Very cool, Ricky. Yeah, that's great. Glad that you are enjoying it and that you're happy with it. That's super awesome to hear. Yeah, very cool. Let me see. That's awesome. You should post some pics of it on the Chord Dave Facebook page, Ricky. Yeah, I agree. Ryan actually posted some pictures of his display posters, these metal-y ones that he was able to pick up with the second place prize he won on the Chord Dave giveaway a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, check that out. That's on the page. Got some very cool things if you want to check it out. And yeah, Scott's put a link in the group there as well. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. We've got Marcia says, by the way, I noticed I can't post to the TCD app on browser or app, but I can post on any other page. Can't see user post either. Can Dave check if the page has any weird restrictions? No, not at all. You're just blocked from doing so. We manually decided to block you out. Just kidding. I have no idea what's going on there. I'll have a look into it there tomorrow and see what's going on. I know a couple of people have said that they can't post on it, but I don't see any problem. Like, I don't see. When I log into it, I have a couple of different accounts. I don't see any problem. So maybe it's a browser thing or something. I don't know. But I'll have a look. I'll see if I can figure out what's going on for you, because some of the guys posting it today seem to have no problem. So hopefully it's not a restrictions thing. Facebook can be weird. I'll do my best. Glenn says, what the hell? I missed one stream and you give away a guitar. Man, I had feelings if I had feelings they'd be hurt right now. Congratulations to you, Mike. That's a sweet guitar. And Muddy, what a great question. You know, Glenn, these are the things. You miss a week, you never know what's gonna happen. And yeah, so I told you it'd be a good one when you weren't here, but you know, there'll be more giveaways and things. We'll see what happens. Anna's here. Good to see you, Anne. Thanks for dropping in. Always great to see you. Scott's saying, I've noticed myself that posts is now called mentions. Oh, there you go. Maybe that's a thing. Michael, who is the lucky winner of the guitar, says, hi everybody from sunny California. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for dropping in. And you should have an email with an update from UPS about your guitar. There's some hold up in Germany, apparently. So it was supposed to be with you yesterday. It's not, I take it. Yeah, hopefully early next week you will have it. But it's with UPS. They shipped it off yesterday. Not yesterday, a couple of days ago. So you should have got an email on Wednesday that it was actually shipped. Anyway, I'm following up with them and trying to get it sorted out. There's some sort of issue on customs or something. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll sort it out for you. Let me see. Glenn says, I would like to see some pics too, Ricky. I like that V. It's very demanding crowd here looking for pics. It's not cool to ask for pics, guys. You just got to wait for them to arrive. Marcia says, I was hoping you'd get it by this week when you recently mentioned it. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool that the Mustaine V has arrived. Finally, it's been a long wait. Actually, Ricky, yes, I'm glad you have it now. Let me see, what have we got there? There we go. We're on the live thing here, live chat now. Here we go. Okay, cool. The Magnetic Fisherman says, hi Dave. Hi Magnetic Fisherman, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Robert Gallagher is here. Good to see you, Robert. Thanks for dropping in. And will you restart a fresh stream if said technical issues arise? If the technical issues arrive, my internet will be gone. Like, I won't have it, so I won't be able to restart it. I'll do my best to get back on if I can, but hopefully it won't go. But if it goes and I can't get back on, just want to give you guys a heads up that that's what's happening. Let me see here. But yeah, I'll do my best, Scott, if I can. William Forrest is here. Good to see you, William. Hope you're doing well. And says my connection keeps buffering, so I'm behind. I'm pretty far behind myself, and so no worries there. Asian Redneck is here. Good to see you. Says, howdy all. Sorry I missed the last two lives. Had family obligations. No worries. That's okay. We will allow you those family obligations. Also, won't be able to stay for the full show. Hope all's been well for everyone. Hope all's been well with you, Asian Redneck. But yeah, that's good stuff. Glad to have you here as always. Let me see. AWOL says, hello, everyone. Love the name AWOL. Thanks for dropping in. Benny's here. Good to see you, Benny. Hope you're well. And my knees hurt. some lovely new flowers in the picture. I noticed these things. I love red ale. Is that a local beer? For you, I'm drinking an ESB. No, it's Hobgoblin. I've had this many times on the stream. It's one of my faves. Ruby beer, as they call it, but it's a good one. So yeah, one of my faves. So I like to stock up on this from time to time. But hey, my knees hurt. Cheers to you. Thanks for dropping in. ESB in Ireland, by the way, is Electrical Supply Board, and they keep putting their feckin' prices up. So yeah, kind of hate them, but if they could stop putting up prices, that'd be great. Glenn says, could your internet problems be because someone's cute goth cousin is still trying to find her way out of your place? No, they're trying to get into my place. That's the problem. But no, it's all good. It's all good. I think the news about her passing broke about 2 weeks ago, but it really happened in July. Could be. I was reading something today that had happened, like a story that was posted today that had happened on a certain date in August, but I don't trust people's fact finding, so who knows? But there we go. GuitarTricks is great, by the way. Tell your buddies, tell your enemies, share Dave's link. Actually, Michael, I do appreciate that, but what I'm going to say to you guys is please pump the brakes for a moment, because there's a technical issue there where I can't access my account with GuitarTricks, and that means I don't know what's happening with all of the sign-ups. So we need to just maybe I'll let you know during the week when things get sorted out. Can't get through to them at the minute, but I'm sure it's just a glitch or something's going wrong. But yeah, we need to sort them out over that. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, Michael. I'm glad it's good for you, because yeah, I'm enjoying actually some of the lessons. I'm doing some stuff on it there, and I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's good stuff. But you know, I'm sure it'll get back up and running in the next day or two. Scott says, I have no problems with the FB page, but notice it's changed its look, and now it looks unlike other pages, almost like a light version. Just with like that, with the Chord Dave page in particular, because that's weird. I haven't changed anything in the background. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to change something. Anyway, I'll have a look. So you attend one GH convention and you miss a guitar giveaway. Well, Glenn, you know, we had this conversation. If you were going to go to the guitar whole convention, it's not what it was. But yeah, I told you though, you'd miss out, but there you go. Chris is here. Good to see you, Chris. Hope you are doing well. Bourbon, beer, and blunts. There's a mix. Not too bad. Yeah, can absolutely agree with you right there. Hope you're doing well, Chris. Muddy H2O, not this guy again, says Knobgoblin. I should have known that was one of your faves. Hey, listen, sir. I don't know what you're trying to get at, but I don't appreciate it. Well, it's fine, but yes, it's a good beer. If you can get it out your way, you should try it out. James Severin is here. Good to see you, James. Hope you are well. And thanks for dropping in. Glenn says, I heard Full Tone Pedals in the USA is going out of business. Yeah, something about them putting their factory up for sale and saying, don't tell the staff that you're here to check out the building or something like that, I heard. So not pretty cool. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll find out about some stuff, I'm sure, on that in the near future. But yeah, either you're going out of business or the business will be sold. Maybe we should all club together and buy a pedal company. I think Muddy H2O should be the CEO, because I don't know anything about pedals. Scott says our public utilities board pub is the same. There you go. Yeah, I think all those fuckers are doing the same at the minute, unfortunately. And Michael says, have you seen the Dave Mustaine video on Premier Guitar? They show some Explorers and a deep dive into his stage setup, and Kiki's too. I haven't seen the full video. I've seen snippets of it, but yeah, because I was watching mostly the Slash collection this week. I know it only came out was it yesterday, the day before? Yeah, but that was a fascinating guitar video, and I enjoyed it very much. I also noticed that Gibson are now selling books for $1,000, which is fun the most Gibson-like thing I've ever seen in my life, but there you go. Um, does anyone else think Gibson are making the same mistakes, just in a more epic kind of way? Just make better guitars, Gibson. You don't need to make books and fucking bandanas, but there you go. Sorry, I'm not supposed to swear on YouTube anymore. Apologies. So Chris says, Ibanez, lots of letters and numbers, Geo, RX, flat black, next purchase. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. But yeah, definitely let us know about that and join us on the Facebook group. Let us check it out for you. My knees hurt says, I think the full tone guy is a jerk. He doesn't seem like a good person. Definitely not a good person to tell your employees or let your employees find out that their factory is for sale and be like, don't tell the staff the business is closing or is for sale or whatever. That was a jerk move for sure. I don't know really a whole lot else about him, but there you go. Let me see. Jacko de Jaeger, thank you so much for joining us. A new subscriber. Glad to have you here. Glad to have new subscribers. Super cool. Welcome to the gang. Lots of weird people here, by the way, but in a good way. Nice people like Glenn and so forth. Glenn is about 4 of the people here, so just let him do his thing. And yeah, some of the folks are quite cool. So enjoy the people. And also, just if there's anyone else who is a new subscriber or you haven't subscribed, but you're watching along, if you want to join the chat, you have to be subscribed and wait 60 seconds, and then you can chat with us in the group here, and it's all live and everything, so you can have some fun with us. But while we do that, and actually, if you want to subscribe, but you don't want to click the button, just scan this little code thing, and it'll automatically subscribe you, or ask you to subscribe, or whatever. It'll do something. So I'll leave that up for you. And you can subscribe to the channel by pressing that. And people who join late will be like, what the hell is this? I'll scan it and see. But there you go. So what have we got? Scott, it's moving too fast. Scott says, Slash video is great. It's so awesome that he's so cool and humble. Yeah, it's nice to see him just be a regular guitar nerd kind of guy. I liked a lot of what he was doing. Muddy H2O is trying to sell a guitar to Slash right now. I mean, he's not. I just told him he should. So if you guys want to know more about that, I'll completely make up loads of stories about it. So no worries there. Glenn says, hey, I paid good money for my Gibson bandana. I'm sorry. And Benny asking, was it vintage? There's the thing. If it's a vintage one, then you got a good deal. Mar says, delayed reaction, but I saw his creepy wave. Who did a creepy wave? What was that? Me? Was it Slash? Slash might have done a creepy wave. I don't know. Glenn says, we have a new subscriber. Tell Glenn and his multiple personalities to behave. I don't think that's going to happen. It's all good. Jerry Webster's here. Good to see you, Jerry. Nice for you to drop in again. Richard Clark says, hi, Jago. Are you related to Mick or Jagger, or maybe the Jägermeister? Jägermeister. There we go. Good call, Richard. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Scott says, I think the chat bar says subscriber mode. I didn't mention it this week. Oops. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. For sure. And let me see. Marcia says, Dave is saying we are cool. Boy, he's giving people high hopes. We are weird, quirky, and all sorts of other things, but I don't know if cool is quite accurate. I said some cool people, right? So, not everybody. Some people, there's some weirdos. Artemis is here. Good to see you, Artemis. Hope you're doing well. And Glenn says, I heard Muddy sold a Pelham. He sold a lot of stuff, most of it illegal, but hey, that's his sideline. Richard says, hi Scott, we seem to be following all the same channels. And yeah, I did see some of you guys on, say, Guitarist's video this week, which was cool. And yeah, see, it's nice to see a lot of you guys out there. There is almost, I think still almost, right, 6,000 of us in the group now. So we're bound to run into each other in some places. But let me just actually refresh that and see where we are. Yeah, 5,963. So that's cool. And I'm pretty sure most of them are not just Glenn. But who knows? No, we do have. So we're running towards 6,000, which is not too bad. But hopefully, hopefully it'll keep growing and stuff like that. Got some interesting videos coming up soon. So we'll see if that has anything. I'll take this away for a minute. Don't forget your Tony Iommi. I actually think this is coming this week. I know I said it last week, but I think you're getting this on Tuesday, from Epiphone to Tony Iommi SG. Although I don't think it's a good deal, so I don't think anyone should buy it, but whatever. And if you're unsure why, check out my video from Tuesday when I talk about the guitar. But also there's an old Gallagher Gibson coming out. And you're going to have to be quick if you want one of these, because they're $10,000. So they're going to be snapped up, but there's only going to be 200 of them made. So if you're a big Oasis fan or you're a big Noel Gallagher fan, get your hands on one of his 355s this week, Thursday, I believe they're coming. And 10 grand for Gibson. So, standard. But I see a lot of people wondering where they're going to be limited and so forth. And yeah, I saw it confirmed with a contact I have that there's going to be 200 of them. So you want one? Better get one. Glenn says, I heard Muddy Soul / Appellum Blue guitar. I mean, that's the dream right there. But we'll see. I don't think I'm allowed to tell you what he's trying to sell / but we'll see. Very cool. Corey is here. Good to see you, Corey. Hope you are well. It says, hey, sorry I'm late. No such thing as late. Don't forget to hit all those like, subscribe, and notification buttons for Dave. Anyone get any new gear this week? Thanks for that, Corey. Yeah, appreciate it. Hitting all the buttons is a cool thing to do. And it does super help out the channel as well. So that's just a nice way of helping out the channel. Make sure you're subscribed as well. If you're one of those folks who just watches, there's a huge amount of people actually watch the channel on a regular basis. YouTube gives you the breakdown. People who watch on a regular basis but are not subscribed, and it's ridiculously high. It's like 83% or something like that at the minute. Obviously it changes week to week, but just make sure you're subscribed. It's the biggest thing you can do for me right now, because YouTube has certain things as well locked behind certain number of subscribers. So for example, on 5,000 I unlocked certain features that I can use for making the video more visible and stuff like that. On 10,000 there's more. Again, you kind of open yourself up to more ventures. Like YouTube will try and help you out with sponsorships, and you can get a couple of programs you can get into to help your channel grow and stuff. So if you're not subscribed, please make sure you do that, because that super helps. And it's just making sure you don't miss videos. Marcia says, don't most of us follow the same channels? Some of you are on some good channels, yeah. Oh, we got a super chat from Donald. Thanks, Donald. Appreciate that. Says, hello from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. My new DNA results have me up to 11% Irish. Very cool. Hoping that bit can help me play like Gary Moore or Rory. Yeah, those are some lofty goals right there, but that'd be cool, all right. If those two can come through the DNA, that'd work for me. I'd be down for that. But thanks for that, Donald. Appreciate it so much. Thanks for dropping in as well. Always good to see you here. 11% Irish. That's not too bad. I haven't ever done one of those DNA tests thingies, but I think I should, just to see, because like I've been told there's no one outside of Ireland in the family, so that'd be interesting to see. Maybe that's for like another channel. Who are my family from? Where are my family from? Actually, I don't think I want to know. I might leave it in there. Richard says, to Marcia, I'm sure we do. I just keep running into Scott's comments and convo in certain threads. There we go. Yeah, I'm sure you're all out there, but just keep an eye out for each other. Say hello. Be nice to folks and so forth out there. Because we're all part of the same Chord Dave family. It's all good. Scott saying, is there a Les Paul double neck? Ah, God, I hope not. Yeah, no, I haven't seen one, but the SG just works perfectly for it. So that's why the EDS 1275 is the perfect double neck guitar in my mind. I know the Strat actually is not an awful one as well, but yeah, I've never seen a double neck Les Paul. But there you go. It might be out there. People are into some weird shit, so you never know. Let's see what else we've got here. My Knees Hurt says, I'm named after a famous Irish guy. I don't know anything about DNA though. There you go. Yeah, well, there's a good few famous Irish guys. As long as it's not Bono, you're welcome anywhere. I mean, he's welcome in places too, just not everywhere. Michael Tuesca says, Les Paul double neck, sacrilege. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be, that would, I don't even know how that would work, but it just looks super weird. I don't know, just because we're not used to it. The Gretsch double neck duo jet looks good. Why not an LP? Well, there you go. I don't ever recall seeing that, so I'm not too sure. But hey, if it works, it works. It could be the greatest thing ever. It would probably weigh, what, 18 pounds? So it wouldn't be the, I mean, the EDS 1275s, they're already heavy enough. Like the double necks are heavy anyway. I like Slash's one, his Guild, with the acoustic top side and the 6-string on it. I mean, that wasn't heavy apparently. So, I mean, if Agnesi could lift it, it wasn't heavy. So it seems like a cool thing. But yeah, double, I don't know. That's actually I might have to look into. Who knows? Benny says to Jacko, they already have one. I think it's called a Thoroughbred. There you go. Interesting stuff. The Thoroughbred. Yeah, I have to look into that as well. Glenn says, I'm trying to figure out why one of my personalities won't show that I'm subscribed to your channel. I tried the off on, still says I'm not subscribed to anyone. The other personalities, I'm still not subscribed. Anyone the other personalities are fine. That's interesting. Yeah, I've heard other YouTubers complain lately about YouTube. I mean, a lot. I mean, if you just search on YouTube now, problem with YouTube, a lot of creators give it out. So I don't know, maybe it's just a YouTube problem. They are being kind of bastardy to folks who create on the platform for the last few months. So, you know, that's just how it goes. You just got to keep powering through. But yeah, hopefully someday they will get their crap together again. But hey, it's Google, so you never know. Richard says they have made Les Paul double necks, but they're only black. Oh, well, there you go. That's why I haven't checked them out. T-Ball says, I'm late, but I made it. What's up, my guitar freaks? Good to see you, Anthony. Hope you are well. No such thing as late, guys. Listen, some of you guys come in and say, hey, I'm late. There's no such thing. You're here. That's all. That's super cool. That's all you need to be. So thank you for that. And when Eastert says, not Bono, it might not even be a real actual guy, but people get drunk in his honor every year. And people get drunk in a lot of people's honor, but if it's that guy, then yeah, you know, I don't think he was Irish, but there you go. But in the name of not being Irish, I got some new stuff I want to show you, and it's not guitar related, but I was on, you know, the guitar internet spaces this week and checking some things, and I saw that Gibson had a couple of new products that they are pushing out, that they're shilling, that they're selling to the masses, or at least trying to. Some of them were some hideous clothing, and they were charging ridiculous amounts of money. For example, there was a scarf that was $299. I was like, what do you think your audience is, Gibson? What's going on here? Bandanas as well. So, you know, the bandana, I mean, when was the last time that was a high fashion item? You know, all kinds of things that are super expensive stuff. Then, of course, they brought out the Gibson publishing books with the Slash coffee table books with the collection. One of them has a ridiculous Axe Heaven replica of a Les Paul, and that is $999 plus shipping, by the way, plus shipping. Then there's also a deluxe edition instead, which it doesn't come with the guitar replica thing that nobody wants, and that's only $250 for the coffee table book. It just stinks to me like they have no idea what they're doing and who they're selling stuff to. So I decided, you know, people needed more apparel that had a guitar connection and was related to, you know, more down-to-earth people and folks like you and I. So I present to you a brand new 3-Chord Dave merch item and design, which is this. And as you can see, this is a pink shell t-shirt. Gibson, play authentic, which I don't believe anybody can actually come after me for trademark wise. maybe proven wrong on that very soon. But yeah, this is this is going to be in the store probably until I get told to take it down. Get a cease and desist letter. That'll happen. I'm looking forward to it. There's different styles and different colors. So, for example, you can also have this kind of weird greenish one. There's also blacks and grays and white. Not white because the white thing wouldn't work. But those are there, and they're on the store. You can find the link in the description below to the Teespring store. Navigate through it and you'll find them. I need to remove some stuff there just to make it a bit easier to find everything. But those are coming. And if you're in the mood, you can also get a blue one that looks like this. And there's multiple colors available in this as well if you're into the vesty, wife beatery kind of thing. So there you go. It's all available on the Teespring store. Link is in the description below for the Teespring store, the t-shirt store. And if you want to have, you know, something that'll piss off Gibson when we go to the Gibson garage, that is what you need to pick up. I've got a few of them on their way to me right now. But anyway, let's just leave that off for now. And yeah, as I said, I'm awaiting the cease and desist letter. I'm sure it's on its way, but there we go. Anyway, let's dig into the chats a little bit more. See if I can catch up again. Michael says, gotta go everybody. Have a great Saturday. Thanks for dropping in, Michael. Appreciate it. You take care and we'll talk to you soon. Asian Redneck says, I'd play the hell out of an LP double neck. Well, there you go. All right then. Glenn says, have a good one, Mike. Oh yeah, very cool. And T-Ball says, my car needs work. It's going to cost me the price of a Les Paul Custom. Yep, that's the worst thing. It seems like when, you know, life's going all right and you've got a few bucks in the bank, your car like knows about it and is like, hey, I need work. Fix it up. You see, yeah, anyway. One of the worst things. It's the most annoying thing, but there you go. So sorry about that, Anthony. But hey, hopefully you can get it all on the road again. Everything good soon. Scott says, what's everyone's thoughts on Michelangelo Beto? I don't really know who that is, so someone will have to tell me. Benny says the thoroughbred is Dean's Les Paul. Oh, okay, yeah, very cool. I would probably just refer to it as Dean's Les Paul myself because I'm an uncultured fool, but I appreciate that. St. Patrick was indeed a real person. Oh yeah, sure, never said it wasn't a real person. It's not an Irish person, I don't think. If my history lessons were correct, he wasn't Irish, but came over from Wales back in the day. Benny says, not a double neck. There you go. Jacko says, I'm in Russia at the moment and literally understand zero Russian, so I found this channel to keep me busy. Great job, bro. Wish I could share images of the guitar shops this side. Cool. Listen, if it's keeping you busy and entertaining you, thanks, Jacko. Glad to have been of assistance to you there. Stay safe out there and be well. And yeah, it'd be cool to see images of guitar shops that side. There used to be some really weird like Russian only brands in the 60s and 70s and stuff. So maybe there's some relics and stuff hanging around there that would be that'd be interesting to see if they still had them. But listen, take care of yourself out there, Jacko. That's an interesting place to be right now. Glenn says, play authentic, priceless. I'm pretty sure it's not a trademark. So yeah, as I said, I might get in trouble. If they're not there when you go to this site, you know why. Glenn says, Jacko would be interested in what brands they sell in Russia. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they got there now. Just had an Airbus A400M fly low overhead. Scott, you know way too much about guitars and airplanes at the same time. So interesting. Good knowledge there, though. I appreciate that. Good stuff. Jacko says, if you get the blue one, you can always get the Gibson tattoo on your arm to show it off. There you go. See, that's the classiness we aspire to around here. This being the blue one, by the way, just in case. Anyway, I thought this was the classiest thing and that most of the audience would like one of these. But there's all kinds of things. Working on some stuff. I'll throw stuff into the store from time to time. But I just thought that was fun. As I said, I fully expect to get in trouble for that, but we'll see. And Anthony says, thanks, Barja. Such is life. Yeah, unfortunately. Benny says, those shirts are amazing. Well, thanks, Benny. I appreciate that. Listen, guys, how I look on shirts is it's good to just have some fun. And That's what I did. Had a little bit of fun. But there you go. Yeah, all sorts available there, and we'll keep playing with them over the next couple of years, maybe. So all brands, Glenn, is what they have. All brands. There you go. Cool. I wonder though, do they still have those Russian brands that like never make it out of Russia? That'd be interesting. There was some really interesting stuff, particularly in the 60s. I don't think I did any guitar wish lists on them, but there was definitely a few that could be considered for a series like that, weird guitars and stuff like that, which was one of the series I considered when I was doing Guitar Wish List, which is for those of you who are new, is a show that I did from January onwards. Just do short videos, just kind of doing a rundown of a guitar, a vintage model usually, and talking about the different specs, how it came to be, how it was designed, and so forth. But I stopped doing it about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago now. But those were lots of fun to do. But at the time I was thinking I need to do a series, weekly thing, keep it kind of, make sure it's running. One of the things I was going to do was weird guitars, but I had about 4 episodes of that ready to go, and then I was like, guitars aren't as weird as you think they are. I mean, there are some weird guitars, but hey, none of them were interesting enough to keep me going. But anyway, there's some interesting guitars and guitar wish lists you should check out. So check out the channel. There's a playlist, guitar wish list, and I'm sure it'll keep you entertained for at least 12 minutes, probably. There you go. T-Ball says, smash that like button, please. Indeed. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who does that. Scott says, he's the guy who plays the cross opposed 4-neck guitar that spins. Yeah, okay, spins. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember reading up recently about that guy, actually. I can't recall which YouTuber, but Michael Scott Pateo lets someone see his personal collection, including the moving 4-headed guitar. Interesting stuff. Scott says, I was also raised to be a politician. There you go. Well, we learn new things about you each and every week. Your new line of shirts. I see lawsuits coming from AliExpress and DHgate. If you're going to copy Gibson, you might as well go all the way. Well, with Gibson, I feel like they already have enough on me. So they already don't like me. So let's just admit that. I've given out too much information that they really didn't want me to. So sorry about that, Gibson. AliExpress will be fine. I'll just buy another guitar, and they'll be like, okay, cool. So, or a pedal, whatever. T-Ball says, had to learn to play with a much lighter touch. My chemo makes my fingertips peel. Don't feel bad for me. I'm in remission, and now I play a bit faster and more accurately. Silver linings, my friends. That's a great way to look at it, Anthony. And listen, it's great to know that you are adapting and getting to play faster and more accurately. That's super cool. So congrats to you there. And yeah, listen, in no time you'll be flying again. So glad you're in remission and everything's going well for you that way. There's a little fly in this room, and he's not going to have a good end to his night, I promise you. So, Mar says, I have no idea how he manages playing like that. I've never seen anybody else do anything close. Yeah, it's a weird one, all right. It's a weird one. Marcia says, Gibson don't like themselves. That could be it. They just they have self-resentment issues. Pretty sure you've hit the nail on the head there, Marsha. Good stuff. But yeah, they definitely have some I don't know, weird people working there who like that. I don't understand though. I very much see the Agnesi touch with the books, with the publishing thing, and with the kind of clothing that they have recently just put in their store. I can't see them being super popular, but hey, I'm sure they did their research and were like, yeah, loads of people are going to want to pay $1,000 for a book and $300 for a scarf and stuff like that. I'm sure lots and lots of people. But hey, it's their business. They know what they're doing, so it's all good. I'm sure eventually they'll just get back to making good guitars. Or maybe they won't. And Scott says Epiphone has daddy issues. Indeed. Indeed, they do. Yeah. Epiphone, by the way, are releasing a companion to the Noel Gallagher 335. But you may have noticed that people are talking about it online already. It's the Epiphone Riviera. So the person who told me about the Noel Gallagher 355 is not connected to Gibson. They're connected to Noel Gallagher. And yeah, they were saying basically that the guitar is going to have it's only 200 models. So he also said the Epiphone though is going to be out very shortly afterwards, and is going to be much more attainable. So there's no prices or anything like that. But let me just pop this up for you as well, because I just want to remind everyone it did pop out a video this week, which, there we go, is this one. Leaked the Epiphone Tony Iommi SG Special. We did talk about this on the live stream last week, of course, and Long and McQuaid were selling them last week. I believe they got quite a smack for doing that, and they were told to take it down straight away. Yeah, so they've gone back to, well, the folks here in Europe at least have gone back to, no, we don't know when that's coming out, but it's soon. It'll be in Noel Gallagher's next week. It'll probably be, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Tony Iommi come out Tuesday, as I said earlier. The other Noel Gallagher one then is the Gibson one on Thursday, and then see this and other stuff coming. September is when they're doing a big push. Basically September, that's all their holiday guitars coming out. So check it out. But if you haven't seen this video yet, do check it out. It's getting, I know it's around 500 views or something at the minute. I'd like to get it up to 1,000 by the end of the week. So by the end of next week. So if you haven't watched it, just click on it, check it out. It's got some information in there. And I also got a mini Epiphone / Gibson rant, so you can check that out. That's always fun. Considering doing an actual Gibson rant video very soon, but because there's a lot of stuff to rant about. But that's the video. I think it's a cool one. Check it out if you haven't already. It's on the channel, and some people have liked it, you know. But anyway, so lots of more stuff coming soon on the channel. That will be cool. Marcia says, oh my god, I've had a fly in my apartment for 3 days, driving me nuts. They do drive you nuts. It's like, come on, dude, just give me some peace. Corey says, I sat and suffered through an entire video with Mark Agnesi in it this morning just to see Slash in his collection. The collection was great. Slash was great. Agnesi was, well, he was Agnesi. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's weird, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's weird seeing Mark Agnesi trying to be as cool as the person in the videos with him. It's like, dude, you're in video with some of like the coolest rock stars who have ever lived. You're not up to that level. Like, so when Slash is being Slash, he's the coolest guy in the room, and you know, it's just everybody. Rick Nielsen, everybody they've done a collection with, way cooler. Maybe Bonamassa, who knows? Glenn says, for $999, you should get a case with a new guitar, and you damn sure should get free shipping for $1. Yeah, free shipping. I think there is free shipping available for the book, to be honest with you, if you don't mind waiting forever for it. And if you want it in like 3 days, it's like $40. So yeah, it is. It's interesting. Marcia says, did anyone watch the collection with Slash this week? Yes, indeed, Marcia. We did indeed. It was super cool. My personal favorites were, I don't know. I don't want to say his 58 Flying V, because Money will jump all over that and be like, see, I knew you liked those guitars, but it was pretty cool. And his Hendrix V, obviously he enjoyed that one. But yeah, unsurprisingly, Slash has a lot of very cool guitars. I liked the moments where they opened the cases and it's like, oh, this isn't in the case, where is it? So yeah, not jealous, but you know, he is Slash at the end of the day, so there you go. Let me see. I was glad to see that acoustic from his early days as a teen. Just so many cool guitars, and didn't even scratch the surface of his collection. Yeah, it was very cool to see so many of the cool things he has. And they even showed a Fender, which was interesting. And the Fender 6 bass. I remember Norm's Rare Guitars did a video when he bought that off them. So that was an interesting one to see again. And yeah, you know, it's fun. But I think the book has the rest of the collection, and that's why they're kind of like teasing it. And they want people to sell out the books first. We'll see. We'll see. You know, some YouTube channel might buy one and do a giveaway with it. We'll see if that's possible. I don't know. But, you know, Christmas is coming. People be generous and stuff. So, I mean, if their sponsorship accounts get turned back on, who knows? So many cool guitars in that Slash collection. Indeed, I liked his. I liked a lot of them. I liked a lot of them, but very Les Paul heavy, and you know, not being super enthused by the Les Paul right now. I was like, do something else. Take out your SG. And when they did ask him about the SG, and he was like, well, you know, just didn't like the SG so much. I was like, damn it. But he did use one on my Michelle. I knew that. I'd read that somewhere. And now everybody knows it because it's in that video. Let me see. Where are we now? Marcia says, Artemis, good point, but still, flies and bugs drive and crazy brain power to figure out how to evade people from squishing them. It's true. You need to have that. We need a Billy Gibbons collection episode. That would be fun. That would be fun. But whether or not he has enough Gibsons in his collection for them to do that. Because, you know, while they do show one or two other brands, they tend to not want to show the super cool stuff, I'm sure. But yeah, he's definitely got a super cool collection, the furry guitars and stuff. So that would be great to see. And Anthony says, Gibson needs to do a 3-chord Dave signature model. Indeed, Anthony. Yes, indeed. I agree with you. I've been in contact with them. I've sent them an email being like, hey, I'll help design it with you guys. I know what people want, but they just keep taking so long to respond to me. I don't know why. Scott says, so much that wasn't shown. Yeah, absolutely. Did I see he has a collection of 400 guitars, so, and what was the video, like an hour long? So they didn't get to show everything, but some very, very cool, very cool stuff they did show. Hopefully they have an extended cut and they'll show more stuff, but I'm sure he keeps a lot of it in safe places and, you know, bank vaults and all that sort of crack. Mara says, yeah, I agree with Dave. That's weird. Agnesi was bragging about texting Slash about buying guitars and stuff, like he's not the only one who has sold famous people guitars. You know, if I was texting Slash to sell guitars to him, I'd be like telling everyone. So yeah, gonna have to reach out and be like, hey Slash, I got a guitar you could buy. I don't. I'm sure he wouldn't want a Harley Benton Telecaster, but there you go. Yeah, how did Slash not feel that they weren't guitars in those two cases? It seems a bit like, yeah, empty guitar case, you would feel, hey, this case is about 8 to 10 pounds lighter than it should be. Interesting. I hadn't thought of that actually. Yeah. Good one, Slash. Glenn says, I'm thinking of going to my local shop, Shindoa Music, and look at a Yamaha Revstar with P90, changing my mind and getting a Gretsch. Just check out, just go for the fun of playing with P90s for sure. Haven't played a Revstar, especially the new ones, but they look super cool. And yeah, I like them a lot. So check it out. If they have one, Glenn, check it out. Go and just be like, hey, can I plug this in and play with it for a bit? And see how it feels. P90s are the best. So, you know, despite what Slash says, that they're too noisy, whatever, they're great. So, yeah, I think it was pretty cool to see that. But yeah, the Revstars, check it out. I think they're cool. I like them a lot. I like the design, the colors and stuff. The finishes are pretty cool on them. Scott says, hey, got enough V's and SGs. He got enough SGs in the... Hang on, wait a second. I'll go back and read that as a person who can read English. Hey, got enough V's and SGs plus his Texas SG moderns. For Billy Gibbons, yeah. I mean, hey, he's got some cool stuff. There's no doubt. And I'm sure he does have a lot of Gibsons. But his coolest stuff, I think, is not Gibson. So, although he has an SG at the minute, which is amazing, and I would love to see it in more detail. Actually, it should be they should do a new signature model for Billy Gibbons. That'd be cool. But anyway, we'll see what happens. That would be a cool episode though. I'd like to see that. How did you like the non-Gibsons Slash showed? Yeah, well, to be honest, most of them that they showed, he takes out on the road with him. So I've seen them in concerts before. The BC Rich, the Mockingbird, the Guild double neck he plays still on tour. What else did they show? The Fender 6, obviously. I think that was that it. Was that the three non-Gibsons they showed? Um, Oh, they showed the Rich Bitch as well. The green one. That's a cool one. I've always liked that. Although he plays it on Chinese Democracy now and live, and yeah, it just makes me feel like ugh, they shouldn't be playing that. I actually don't dislike the Chinese Democracy Guns N' Roses album, but there's only about four songs I think on it are actually really good, and some of them are just crap. But the weird thing is, if any of you have seen Guns N' Roses lately, in the last 5 years, they play the Appetite songs, Use Your Illusion songs, and the other kind of stuff, the Spaghettians, and anything that they play, people are into. And as soon as they play a Chinese Democracy song, crowd goes flat. It doesn't matter if it's one of the good ones or one of the not so good ones. People there's not that big a fan base for that album. So I just kind of wish they would stop doing that. But so that guitar, the green Rich Bitch, kind of reminds me of that nowadays. So when I see it, I'm like, it's when the crowd just dies. Guns N' Roses concert. But yeah, aside from that, I think they're pretty cool. Of Gibson to show the other ones, I'm pretty sure, they had to like I'm pretty sure Agnesi would have had to fight to do that, but because he's the kind where he likes all guitars. He works for Gibson now, so he's kind of obviously got to favor them a little bit. But I think it's pretty cool, and I liked all his guitars, to be honest. There wasn't one I didn't like, so there we go. Glenn says, I believe at one time Slash had 100 Les Pauls. Wow, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He seems to love them a lot. So yeah, I think they're cool though. They look cool. I think they probably are what a lot of people who don't play guitar think of when they think of guitar players. Nowadays, Corey says, haven't played a Revstar, but I do really like everything that I see about them. Exactly how I'm thinking about them there, to be honest. And Glenn says, I've been liking what I've seen. Well, thanks, Glenn. I appreciate that. I presume you are talking about on the stream, so appreciate it so much. It's good stuff. Thanks. Costa Rican 40-pound case. So that's for Billy Gibbons. Is that what we're still talking about there? I think Billy, and Jerry says Billy Gibbons uses very light strings. Indeed, he does. In fact, I was talking to Muddy H2O about this just the other day. So he uses 8s or 7s, or one of his guitars might have 6s. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, very light strings indeed. And hey, it works for him. That's cool. T-Ball says, love P90s, but I don't have any. That's something, something to put on the list for sure, because they are super, super cool. Marcia says, I think the place we saw is where Slash stores them. They're not at his house anymore, that's for sure. I'm sure it's a temperature-controlled vault in Beverly Hills, my guess. A lot of big guitarists keep their collections in places like that. Like Dave Amato has his own warehouse that he keeps his stuff in, and it's a secret location and so forth. So yeah, he more than likely they have a Guns N' Roses. Well, I suppose Slash probably has his own practicing studios and stuff like that. I presume he keeps them all there. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Definitely all his touring rig and everything seems to be there behind him. So I'm pretty sure they do indeed have them, or have a place that they keep them all. Scott says, the problem is I can't write like a human. That's the hardest thing. Glenn says, I love Billy's Billy Bow Gretsch. That's a cool guitar, that's for sure. And Jacko says, those Revstars are killer guitars. Indeed, they like super cool. So I do appreciate that. Anthony says Billy Gibbons uses 7-gauge strings. I don't even know how he can feel that lowy. Yeah. I agree with you there. It's kind of, I use 9s on everything, so it's a little bit better. But 7s, I don't know. I've never used them, so can't really talk about it. But seems quite light. I'd be thinking they break quite easily. But there we go. Maybe at some point I'll experiment. Who knows? Benny says, so I bought one of the last Dean V's this week from the classic series in black. Very cool, Benny. Yeah, that's Dean have apparently appealed, so hopefully, and I think once the appeal is running, they don't have to stop. Or maybe it's wrong, different in America. I'm not sure, but apparently they have appealed it now. So they actually, let me check. I had something about that on my system here that I was not that one. That I was looking at here, and I was going to actually mention. So let's see. Yeah, but if they've appealed it, I think there's a chance they may be allowed to make something. But it's cool if you got one of the last ones. That is very cool. Let's see where we are now. Yeah, they're appealing everything basically to the Fifth Circuit, the final judgment. And let me see the final judgment. One of permanent. Oh yeah, they're appealing the ruling that they are permanently enjoined from the manufacture, advertisement, and or sale of the guitars found to infringe on Gibson's trademark, including the Dean V and Dean Z models. So there we go. So they're appealing it. They're trying to get back up and running with those eventually. But the fact that apparently the jury found no trademark liability, so that means they think they have a good chance of winning the appeal. So yeah. Anyway, apparently though, they've only said that they haven't actually lodged the appeal. They've lodged an announcement that they're going to appeal. So it doesn't mean anything yet, but it does mean that there's not all hope is lost. Someday we might see Dean produce these guitars again. But hopefully, you know, I mean, I don't hold up much hope that they'll win, to be honest, because, you know, there's already that ruling against them and everything. But there you go. But yeah, it's very cool, Benny. I would be glad to see what you've got there. It is in black, so, you know, that's but I can't keep it up, guys. I actually do love black guitars, but no. No, I just like blue guitars a lot more than any others, and cherry sunburst is my next color, and then gold tops, and then whatever. But the whole black thing, by the way, is I don't hate them. I just have other preferences, that's all. But I still would like to see that, Benny. Appreciate it. Sounds pretty cool. Marcia says, I've heard some great info on Revstars. That's on my bucket list of guitars I'll never own, but I've never heard a bad review about them. Listen, you can get bad reviews about anything. So they're out there. You just gotta look for them. People are what do you call them, jerks. So they're out there. Like I had a thing recently at my job, and it was like, I've used this company for 10 years and I've never had a problem, but now I'm super pissed off. And this little tiny thing, I was like, all right, dude, here's this little tiny thing. Press this one button. Your super big problem. But the dude was like, I'm never using your company again because of this. It's like, dude, it's like a thing that you changed anyway, but I'm going to show you how to change it back. It'll take you 2 seconds. Boom. And fixed his issue, and he was like, okay, thanks. Sorry if I overreacted. Like, people are like that. They'll just be like, so if somebody found, I know, someone would get a guitar and be out of tune out of the box, and they'd be like, this is the worst guitar ever. Because people are like that. So anyway, so point being, there's bad reviews somewhere, but most of them are bullshit. Again, I shouldn't be swearing on YouTube. I'm sorry. It's a new thing, apparently. Apparently you're not allowed to swear on YouTube, and nobody ever told me. And then he says, wait, there's a good song on Chinese Democracy. There is, or I hate to say it, but there is. There's a couple of good songs. There's a song called Street of Dreams, which I actually had heard a couple of years before that album came out, and I actually really like it. There's another one that I don't hate. What's it called? Is it Better? It might be Better. It might be Sorry. I don't know. There's a couple of decent songs on it. Where what I would say is songs that are not as bad as the rest of it. That's maybe the important thing to say there. But yeah. Anyway, Chinese Democracy. What an album that was. Sorry, Axel. Love you a little bit. Scott says Billy could have a weekly half-hour TV show displaying his guitars for the rest of our lives. Probably. Probably. That would be fun. Glenn says, Benny, nice pickup on the V. Yeah, for sure. Dave gets traumatized by the green rich bitch. Ian, it just makes me flash back to crowds of people just being unhappy. So, it's all good. It's all good. Jacko says, maybe soon we'll see Yamaha Revstar, Yamaha Revstar get you. Yeah, then we can all afford it. You never know. You never know. They're working on stuff all the time. Muddy says, Dave only taking Canadian super chats now. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm taking all the super chats in all the currencies. So yeah, I'm in Donald's in Georgia, and he's my super chatter this evening. So yeah, but yeah, Canadian super chats most welcome. Robert says, morning everyone. Morning Robert, hope your Sunday's off to a great start. Thanks for joining us again. Always good to see you. Scott says, no, Slash's £40 case with no guitar in it. Oh yeah, of course. That was interestingly fun. Beer and Guitars says, evening, good to see you, Beer and Guitars, hope you're doing well. And yeah, as a Beer and Guitars, cheers. Glenn says, Muddy, he's only doing Canadian because of the current rate of exchange. I think it's the first time ever that the US dollar is higher in value than the euro. So like for a prime example right now, $5 super chat is worth €5.01. So there you go. So keep that in mind if you are going to do super chats. I'll be getting an extra cent for every $5. So things are looking up. Prices mostly of things going up, but there you go. True, Jacko, but you're new and wouldn't know. I've been trying to get a donated electric guitar from major brands for over 2 years. Long story short, but if there's a way, I will find it. There you go. There you go. Really, Canadian? Nope. Well, I mean, the settings should just be normal. I don't know. I think Muddy's just trying to send me Canadian money. Maybe he moved to Canada. I don't know. And now I get you, says Jacko. For Marcia there, absolutely. T-Ball says, I have 9s on all mine. Tried 8s, but it didn't work for me. There you go. You try it out, see how it works. And if it doesn't work, there you go. Marcia says, Dean is appealing. I thought they took down all their pages for the models with the cease and desist order. I said apparently the appeal is going to be lodged. They've lodged a notice of appeal, so that means they're going to. So I think until it's lodged, they have to have all that stuff taken down. So there we go. We'll see. Muddy says, apparently every time I open Super Chat, it says I'm sending Canadian money. Again, YouTube being a jerk. I told you, they're just doing it all the time. So hey, we'll try and figure that out with them over the next for next week maybe, because that's not good. Damn you, YouTube. You're always messing with stuff. Why are they bothering to appeal? On what planet do they think that will get overturned? I don't know, but they're doing it. Maybe it'll even just give them time to clear out some stock they have. Because as far as I'm aware, if they have an appeal, then they can continue to advertise and sell the stuff that they have in stock. So if they try to appeal, maybe it's going to take a year. I don't know. My experience of US legal system is very limited, but every case I have followed has taken like 3 years. So, and currently in the middle of following a case quite closely in the crypto world that has taken 18 months. And it just seems to be just delay after delay after delay after delay. So maybe it'll give them a year of selling out stuff, or maybe they can just make some extra money to pay off their legal bills. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it'll work out well for them, because I hate when Gibson sue people. I think they should just spend more time working on their own stuff. There you go. Glenn says, Dave and his shenanigans, money laundering from Canada. Glenn, stop giving away my secrets. That's a secret operation, the money laundering one. Scott says, the way I see it, Dean should take their punishment and shut up. They're not winning over anyone by fighting a fight everyone knows to be wrong. I don't disagree with you on that point, but as I said, I personally think they are just trying to get more time. That's all I can see of it. T-Ball says, I'm practicing with a vintage 32-year-old guitar while I'm watching. Very cool. It's a Partscaster Squire 2, but it's still vintage. It is, it falls under the vintage category. It's over 30 years of age, so there you go. Mark says, I really think Dean would be better off just launching new body shapes. Let this chapter die. Legal fees, dragging out the inevitable. Just makes zero sense. They must have thought about it. So I don't know. Matt Von Bosch is here. Good to see you, Matt. Hope you are doing well. Says Revstars are so underrated. Yamaha literally do not make any bad guitars. So there you go. High endorsements there from Matt. And Glenn agrees with Marcia. And Matt says, disclaimer, I do have a Revstar. They are great. So there you go. Yeah, very cool. I can't say better than that. Glenn says, Dave has a potty mouth tonight. Glenn, I'm just gonna say, I don't think you should be using toilet emojis on the live stream. So that's a yellow card for yourself. Also, nice Darth Vader in your picture. I think it's a Darth Vader. Good stuff, Glenn. Thanks. I'm trying to cut out the swearing on YouTube. It's not working. Ah well. Had a conversation today that, like, maybe swearing is the problem at YouTube, where like if you didn't swear at all ever on your YouTube channel, you'd like grow a lot faster. I was like, yeah, that's probably what it is. Oh well. Rolling on. Marcia says, T-Ball is 32 years vintage anyway, because at 41 I don't yet feel like I've reached the vintage stage. Glenn says, Marcia, I'm vintage. And Matt's vintage too. We're not old, we're vintage. Indeed. I think there's somebody said to me before that vintage was guitars from a certain era. So like 50s and 60s, those are vintage. That's fine. 70s, those are vintage. And I was like, well, how old does a guitar have to be vintage? And the same person said 25 to years plus. So I was like, okay, cool. I've got a 1982 guitar. It's vintage. That same person said, no, yours isn't, because it's an 80s guitar. That's not vintage. So, people in math, me and math don't go pretty well together. But there you go. I think vintage guitar is anything over 30 years. To be quite honest with you, it's falling into vintage, and definitely 40 years is a vintage guitar. A vintage person, look, it all starts to fall to shit after 29. So if you're over 29, you're on the slippery slope. I'm just kidding. Although my knees, because my knees hurt was here. It is here, and my knees are just in awful order. But there you go. That's a whole other story for a different channel. Scott says, spaghetti incident thoughts. I like it, but I can see why some people don't. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. So, because I haven't listened to it in a long time, actually. But there's a version of You're Crazy on it isn't it? It's like the other version of it is on that. I think it's great. I love that one. Some other stuff on it there that's controversial, but I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. Although it doesn't get a lot of play in my car. It's where we're mostly listening to music these days. Marcia and T-Ball says, I think you might be at the classic stage. There you go. Classic's good. Marcia says, yes, there are some good ones on Chinese Democracy. The problem is that it's not what GNR fans are used to hearing from the band. I've wondered if another band would have done those songs better. Interesting that when that formation of the band was going around, I refused to call it Guns N' Roses. As you know, I'm a big Guns N' Roses fan, so I would say Axl and his Merry Men. Anytime there was a show on, or they were talking of the album coming out and something like that. So I kind of look at it as like an Axl Rose project, but not a Guns N' Roses project as an album. And I think I actually think it'd be much more highly thought of if it wasn't labeled as a Guns N' Roses album. But there you go. I feel like there's still some good songs on there. They're not bad, but they had to hire like three guitarists to try and replace Slash, so that's not a good sign. And pretty good guitarists as well, but yeah, I mean, it didn't work. So there you go. Matt says only taking Canadian super chats. What's that all about? About. Yeah. Well, listen, I don't know. YouTube is just being a jerk, I guess. Let me actually have a quick look and see if I've set anything for that. But Donald was able to do a super chat in US dollars, so that should have been okay. Let's make sure everything is set to normal. No action required. Yep. That's all. Nothing's changed there. It should be fine. Let me see if there's anything in here. Currency. Currency. So I just set my currency to euro. I don't have any other choices. So that's the way it's always been. Yeah, YouTube's just probably been stupid. Don't worry, guys. I'll get on to them next week and be like, why, guys? Why are you being a pain? And they will not answer me because I don't have 10,000 million subscribers. Anyway, thanks, Matt, for the what is that all about? That's a that's a nice way of putting it. And he says, I'm 59, but my odometer has flipped twice. That's quite a way to put it, for sure. Benny says, I just felt that I couldn't miss the opportunity to get one. I do think I'd be getting a lot more of my money with a select series, so if there's a chance there could be more, I hope so. You never know. Look, if they do appeal, I think they'll do more. But I think it's a great pickup. Actually, it's smart. It's a smart move to pick one up. So anyway, I hope you do enjoy it. Scott says, did you guys know you can buy scale model concert stage dioramas like the Metallica Justice for All stage, AC/DC Back in Black stage, etc.? I think it's pretty cool. I did not, Scott. Where do you get such a thing? Let us know about that, because that's quite interesting. I would like to take a look at that. Does the AC/DC one come with an inflatable Rosie? That's the high point. So they should include something. But anyway, that's probably my favorite AC/DC song, by the way. A whole lot of Rosie. So it's just the way it is. Benny saying I couldn't let it get away. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea to pick up one of those Deans. I'm sure it'll be great for you. It was a super cool guitar to pick up. Matt says, definitely some interesting production and effects on some of the songs, but nothing could live up to that sort of lead time. That's true. And and it's been similar lead time to whatever they end up releasing next. Because I think they faked, or not flaked. I think they flaked on. They said they were releasing an EP this year, and I don't think it ever actually came out, like in physical versions. But yeah, eventually they're going to be recording. But I noticed Guns N' Roses members have kind of backed off talking about recording new material. But yeah, Chinese Smoke actually came out in 2008. Yeah, so it's a long old time. What was it, like 16, 17, longer, 17 years since Use Your Illusions. So then you've got 2008, it's now 2012. So we've had another decade and a half pretty much before a new album comes out. So yeah, it's pretty much we're heading in the same territory, which means whatever they do again will probably not live up to it. But again, take a look at it as not a Guns N' Roses album. I think you'd enjoy it more. I used to work in a store when they came out, and I used to work late nights. It was a video store back when that was a thing, and we sold music. And when it came out, I put it on for like about a week, solid on my late shifts. And some of the songs, people who were customers did not enjoy. I'm thinking of like Shackler's Revenge, if you know that one. And there's a couple other ones. But yeah, people used to come in that video store when I was working because they knew the tunes would be kick ass. Um, others, not so much. Um, but the other staff, I mean. But yeah, it was a fun time when that came out. And actually, interesting, I never paid for that album. I got the CD free because working in the video store, I won a employee of the month one that month that it came out, and my prize was you can choose any CD from our catalog. It's like I'll take the new Guns N' Roses. So yeah, never paid for it. Unfortunately, though, I have paid to see some of those songs live. Low points. Jacko says, "Hey guys, I'm out. If these Russians notice this much English coming from my phone, they might think I'm a spy or some shit. We'll tune in again." Thanks, Jacko. Hope you're doing well. Take care of yourself out there and be well. And yeah, hope to see you again soon. Take care. T-Ball says, Gibson has far deeper pockets than Dean, not to mention all the internal problems to go with it. I don't see Dean coming out on top of this. I agree, and it seems to be the general consensus. Yeah, that a lot of guys are saying. A lot of you guys are saying, and yeah, I do tend to agree. The problem with it seems to be that, I think it was kind of a surprise that they lost and they weren't ready for it, and then here we go now. They've got this uphill legal battle, which will cost them even more money. But listen, if it just annoys Gibson, it's good enough for me, because I love Gibson, but I also just hate them a little bit. So. Anyway, Glenn says, this is Darth Vader made from all Legos. We went to Lego World in Florida about 10 years ago. Wow. That is interesting. So that is Glenn in his picture there, beside a Darth Vader Lego. Either Darth Vader's not as tall as I thought he would be, or Glenn is much taller than I thought he is. So there you go. Interesting. Well, very cool. Lego World in Florida 10 years ago had a very cool Darth Vader thing. Good stuff. Money says, thank goodness Gibson didn't include a number 4 mailbox decal with the autograph / book. The book would cost another $1,000. That's true. Yeah, that decal, man, it's one of those things that well, anyway, there you go. I hope they do a number 5. That's the thing. My house number is number 5, so I would have had to make sure I bought the guitar then. Marcy says, it's not a wise business move. They'd be better off figuring out how to fix their internal issues first and then make a fresh start of it. I'm sure they've kind of looked into what their options are, but yeah, I don't disagree with you necessarily. Of course, we don't know what's going on that side really on why they're doing it or why they're not doing it, but maybe they've got some secret surprise special witnesses or something that they can pull out of there, like a movie, to be like, but wait, this guy, and then they'll have reincarnated Orville Gibson and he'd be like, nah, it's fine. I mean, that's not going to happen, but who knows. Glenn Bailey says, Guitar Center listed in 1993 Gibson Studio as vintage. When I bought it, I asked, how is this vintage? Because it's old, Glenn, that's why. And Scott says, you're crazy as on lies. Yeah, you're right. As soon as I said that, I realized that that's what I was talking about, and I pretended because I was like, no one's going to know. You're right, but but I still stand by. There's stuff on Spaghetti Instant that people will like and people will not like. I quite like about half of it, to be honest. Yeah, like I don't know why, but for a moment when you brought that up, I completely forgot about lies. So there you go. Marcia says, Money H2O, the sticker is only in the 10,000 edition of the book. That's probably true. Glenn says, clerk at Guitar Center said they change the timeline of vintage from time to time. I mean, I've heard some people say 25 to 30 years. So 20, I think once it's 25, you can get away with calling it vintage. Oh, and Matt says, I'd agree. Anything 25 to 30 years is vintage. Although, as you say, what does vintage even mean? Super overused, as is rare. Yeah, those two words are ridiculously overused. Rare is the worst one, or super rare. And it's like, no, dude, you've got like a Les Paul Studio. That's not rare. So yeah, the people on Reverb just use these words, but yeah, vintage, I'm going to say 25 years, which means anything from 1997 onwards is now vintage. before that, I should say. William says, hey Dave, don't effing worry about Bazin on effing YouTube. It doesn't matter. Thanks, William. I appreciate that so much. Good. Muddy H2O says, did Dave tell you all he's buying a PRS McCarthy 594? It's not true. I'm just looking at them. That's all. I'm looking at them, and I probably will pick one up. I was saying to Muddy the other day that I was thinking about wanting a Les Paul. I was looking at a lot of Les Pauls. That's why. And he knows I'm not really super into Les Pauls at the minute. So he was like, why don't you buy a PRS? And he sent me a lot of pretty ones. And then I went off and looked at some of my own ones. And I can't believe he's outed me. But let me see if I can find what I was looking at. I might have deleted it. So as not to be tempted to go back and actually buy it. But let me see. It's in the messages here with Muddy, I'm sure. And I will show you guys. But yeah, I am considering PRS 594. I do love the PRS that I have. So why not add another? Where's it gone? It was only the other day. But don't worry, guys. If I do decide to sell it, or to buy it, I should say, I will let you guys know for sure. See, the problem is when I go through messages that Muddy has sent me, it tends to be lots and lots of guitars he's trying to make me buy. But no, I don't see it here. Maybe I didn't send a picture. Maybe, oh, no, that's a thing. That's a thing. Anyways, I can't find it here. I think I deleted it. But yeah, I've actually got the conversation up here. I said, dude, I kind of want to buy a Les Paul. He said, don't do it. You want to buy a McCarthy 594. And I said, that's interesting. So there you go. That was the whole conversation. I do have it here. I'll show you. So this is the one. And let me upload it to the correct platform. And you guys can let me know what you think. No, that's iMovie. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. iMovie's still there when it shouldn't be. All right, sweet. We're back where we should be. Okay, so here we go. PRS 5. Is it a 594 actually? Yeah. McCarthy SC or single cut 594. Just moving over to this side here. It's a cherry burst type of thing. I like it. Let me know what you think. But yeah, thanks for outing me as a potential PRS customer. Dave's holding out on us. First, Scott says blue. No, not all the guitars I look at are blue, honestly, I swear. Glenn says, Dave holding out on us. Flamed cherry bursts. There we go. I think it's pretty. God's Hey Chord Dave. Thanks for joining us. Says play a lefty. I can barely play a righty, so there you go. But I'm sure there's some lefties here. Muddy says, I know all Dave's secrets. Unfortunately, that's because he lives in the bushes outside my house and he looks in my windows. T-Ball says, I want an electric light orchestra scale model stage or Lego spaceship. ELO, just one of the coolest bands, actually. One of the most underrated bands. Jeff Lynne, one of the most just amazing musicians ever, I think. I really, really like his music. One of the great things of growing up in a musical household where my parents grew up in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s was that they had all these cool records. So yeah, ELO, what a band they were. Fantastic. What are you actually buying? Actually, guys, I have cleared out some stuff. So including the giveaway guitar that Michael won last week. I've cleared out a couple. So I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm down to 5 guitars. Well, 7 really, but there's 7 guitars in the house, 5 that I would play. So Yeah, that's down from 10 playable guitars not so long ago. What? Let me see. Someone someone's trying to get me to show you something, which I will. I'll take that down and I will show you the filth that I've just been sent as well. So this is what this is what Muddy wants me to buy, which is one of the things Muddy wants me to buy, which I admit it's beautiful. It will go very nicely with my Flying V, but it I don't even think I looked at the pricing of this one, so because I know it's probably too expensive. There you go. Look at that. That is a beauty right there. So yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor me for that, I'll gladly accept that sponsorship. But very, very cool. Glenn says, Dave has secrets, do tell. I mean, my only secret is that this is not a beard, it's a wig. And I'm not actually bald. It's just a cap I wear to make it look that way because I try to be cool. Those are my two secrets. One secret is revealed tonight. He's not wearing a black shirt. I don't think I've ever seen him in red. I've worn this one. This is a Futurama based t-shirt. So if you guys like Futurama, good for you. You were cool. Yeah, red shirt. I've got a couple of red ones. Legoland had a Star Wars section and gift shop on its own. I guess some people like that sort of thing. Only cool people like Star Wars. That's true. T-Ball says, I wonder how much Gibsons will cost when the global economy crashes. Yeah, it's a good question. Hopefully, you know, we'll all still have guitars at that point, but it's one of those things. Glenn says, damn, I'm double vintage. That's rare. That's super rare. Good job. Mint is another overused word. Yeah, mint drives me crazy because it's one of those things that no guitars ever actually mint. I hate saying it. And I think I may have seen, and we haven't mentioned them yet so far, so I'll just say another channel that they said you should never use mint because somebody will always find even like the tiniest scratch and then it's not mint anymore. So that was actually some good advice from that channel for once. So that's an interesting thing, but mint is an overused word for sure online. Glenn says, and also what drives me nuts is all original except for the tuners and the pickups. Yeah. If you're going to say all original, don't say except, right? Just like, because then it's not all original. All original except for the hardware and the finish and the paint. Aside from that, completely original, except for the frets. They were changed as well. Sorry about that. I heard Dave's buying a PRS. I mean, it's on the list right now. Money says, can't believe I'm out of you. Outing me, I think I said, but it's all good. It's all good. I mean, you know, it's all recorded, so you can prove me wrong. Matt says, oh, Dave, we know what just looking did. Enjoy the new PRS. Gas is as inevitable as gravity. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to hold on for the Epiphone Bonamassa. That's what I actually want to pick up next, but I don't know when that's coming, and there's all this space. You know, because as I said, I'm down to just 5 actually playable guitars. 6 actually playable guitars. I just remembered the other one that's in the other room. Muddy says, that's not the one I sent him. Yes, it is. You sent that. Oh, no, I sent that to you. That's right. You sent this one. Which, you know, he sends me, like, daily I will get guitars from Muddy H2O, and he'd be like, you should buy this. It's like, dude, no. That's a nice PRS you ordered, Dave. Hey, come on. Stop it. Not blue. No, not all my guitars are blue. Yeah, there's not actually. Actually, one, two are blue. One's faded Pelham blue. That doesn't count. That's like a green. So I only have two blue guitars right now. Oh, Dave is cheating on Muddy. Never. Anthony says, never played a pre-RS I didn't like. I have two import models and absolutely love them. One is black. Don't hate Dave. Too late, Anthony. Too late. No, I'm the same. I love PRS guitars. They always feel great, and I enjoy them a lot. And my one is an import one as well. So yeah, we will see though what gets added to the collection. I'm waiting for lots of stuff to happen before I buy new guitars. So we'll see. I might even sell a few more. I might get down to 3 at some point. It's unlikely, but I might. We'll see what happens. Jess is here. Good to see you, Jess. Thanks for dropping in. Says, Scott, all this diorama chat is getting me hot and bothered. There you go. There you go. If diorama's getting you there, that's, it's just another benefit of it. I think that's the first time anyone's been hot and bothered on the channel. So there we go. It's a new milestone. Glenn says, is there another vid review coming soon on the PRS you just bought on Muddy's recommendation? No. I try my best not to buy anything on Muddy's recommendation because I'd never escape. Just never escape. That's all I'm saying. David, now show them the real one I sent you. I did. All right, chill out, man. It's all good. Andy says, ELO is in my top 5. Been a collector since I was 15. Very cool. Very, very cool. And Glenn says it's a much better looking guitar. What? Glenn, maybe you just didn't see them side by side. I don't know. There you go. Maybe you just need to take a second look and agree with me instead of Muddy. That's all I'm saying. What are you doing here? They're both nice looking guitars. I think one of them's twice the price of the other one, so I think that will come into play. But yeah, it's a nice guitar. It's a nice guitar. Mar says, I heard used PRSs are a fraction of the price as new. I haven't seen that. Not good ones that I've seen. Not where I can buy them anyway. But you never know. It could be a thing. Anthony says, I would have gas, but my wife is a gas blocker. Interesting. I know that feeling. Anthony says, Marcia, I know imports are. I bought both of mine used. Well, there you go. There you go. I just saw a video on the top brands that depreciate in value. I think it was on Jeremy the Guitar Hunter's recent stream that he spoke about it. Interesting. Interesting indeed. He didn't specify about import versus not, but I think the USA ones have seen online seemed to cost a lot less than I would have expected. Muddy says, Geek Lord sent back a Gibson. We are all doomed. I'm sure it's not the first Gibson he's sent back, just the first he's actually admitted it to online, probably. Sent back a Gibson. The horror. Oh my God, Geek Lord sent back a Gibson. Glory hole. Now I've heard everything. Listen, just in case there's any new people here, the mention of glory holes, that comes up all the time. It's in relation to Steel Panther, Promise. So if you don't know Steel Panther's song, check that out. Because they're a cool band, I'm sure but yeah, that comes up on the channel. Somebody made a mistake of mentioning it at one time on the channel. It's never died. So if you're new, don't be scared away. Just as I said, we're all cool here. Anyway, Glenn says, it always goes back to Pelham Blue with you, Dave. I mean, it's pretty. Muddy HO says, new TCD shirt idea. TCD, make my brown eye Pelham Blue. You just always have to lower the tone, Muddy. You always have to lower it. I'm just gonna move on. Mark says, did you guys see the weird headless he picked up? I'm fine with a headless, though I wouldn't prefer one. But I love how hard he was pretending to like it. At the end, you could tell he wasn't a fan. I don't really watch his videos anymore, so nope, I did not see it. But I heard some chatter about it. Geek Lord sending back Gibsons. Dave getting down to 3 guitars is the end of the world as we know it. Potentially getting down to 3. As I said, I still have 7. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 6. Yeah. 6 in terms of playable. So there'll be 8. Because there's 2 of them that are not playable. Because one's that Gibson. That's ridiculous. One's an acoustic that needs to be refurbished. so yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Anthony says, I had 7 guitars at one point and traded for better guitars. Now I'm down to 3 electrics and 1 acoustic. I'm happy with 4. I guess I'll be okay. I had a weird thought a couple of weeks ago selling all of my guitars, like every one of them. It passed. You know, I just locked myself in a room for an hour, and by the time came out, I was fine. But yeah, it did. It you know, it passes. I'd never sell them all. I don't think I'll sell the V anytime soon. And it would be very unlikely for me to sell the SG as well. So anyway, lots more on the collection list at some point, so don't worry about it. Glenn says, I tend to agree with the person who doesn't give me yellow cards and deletes me after drinking half a beer, so I'm team Muddy. So far, Glenn, you have not been deleted or banned, but that can change. So, you know, just be careful. Be careful. And your friend, Muddy H2O, sent you a love heart, so yeah, two of you ganging up on me is not a good look. Anthony says, I heard Dave's signature Gibson will have built-in glory hole, kind of like the Ibanez gem handle, just lower. Oh, guys, I can't talk about this the secret design we have, but yeah, we're working on it. It's gonna be fun. DMAC says, I played a fantastic Gibson Les Paul standard 50s today. Coolest tobacco burst I've seen. They're still making good ones. They are indeed. Yeah, they're making good ones. The tops I've seen lately, like new tops I've seen, have been pretty cool as well. So they're using some good stuff at the minute. Anyway, they're cool. Glad you played a good one, DMAC. Thanks for dropping in. Nice to see you. Glenn says, I watched a casino guitar vid first time in months, and they talked about Steel Panther. They couldn't pull it off though. I haven't seen it because I'm not watching a lot of their videos lately. But yeah, they couldn't pull it off. I can just tell you right now, Baxter's not pulling off Steel Panther. It's not happening. I don't watch his videos so much myself, but the one caught my attention because I didn't understand why he'd buy it. Yeah, he probably did it for the content, I'd say. Most YouTubers, that's what they do. Has anyone else seen the animated shorts called Metal Family? No, Scott, I have not, but that sounds an interesting one. So I'll have to have a look at that for sure. Muddy says to DMAC, agreed, they are just getting too difficult to find a good one again. I can't disagree with you. It is getting difficult. They're focused on the wrong things, like $98 t-shirts, $1,000 books, scarves for $299. I know. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know how much scarves cost, but I don't think they cost $299. Pretty sure. Anyways, the headless is a signature model for a YouTuber or something. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, as a YouTuber, do I feel like YouTubers should have signature guitars? And I know someone with 6,000 subscribers is not going to get a signature guitar, but yeah, I don't know. It seems weird. But they, you know, that's the audience. Gen Z is all into the YouTubes and TikToks and all that sort of crack. So that's why they do it. How do people feel about headless guitars? I don't like them. And Muddy says no from me as well. So from him. So there you go. We agree on something. So it's all good. We'll be fine. Marcia says, actually, Highline Guitars is working on a cool build that blends a headless guitar with a traditional headstock. I'd have to see what they're doing there. That sounds interesting. The headless Ichio is fairly inexpensive. I never really got the whole headless thing, so yeah, wouldn't be a good one for me. But there you go. And he says, I'm old and stuck on tradition. To me, headless guitars look incomplete. Yeah, true. Artemis says, not a fan. Wouldn't get one. Yeah, I agree. I meet Sam on the same page. We're all on the same page, guys, I think. Cahill Luby says, evening, mate. What do you make of Harry Styles headlining Slane next year? Sad day for live music, in my opinion. So for those of you who may not know, Slane Castle is a big... it's not a big... It's a large castle in Ireland that hosts rock concerts. I'm sure you've heard of it at some point. Lots of live shows have been done there. U2 released DVD footage concert film of the times they played there in 2001, which Cahill and I were there. It was a great gig. The Chili Peppers played and recorded there. That was a really good gig. They were fantastic that night. They were supported by the Foo Fighters and Queens of the Stone Age, which was fantastic. One of the best gigs I've ever been to, that. I think Bryan Adams was played there and he released it. Queen have played there. Guns N' Roses have played there a couple of times. Pearl Jam and Neil Young played one year. The Verve, lots of cool bands coming up, and it was a huge thing. So Harry Styles, the guy from One Direction, has been announced as the headliner. You know what? It's fine. I didn't know pop music would ever sell out there, but Madonna played there. People went to it. Madonna was supported by Iggy Pop, I think, which I found insanely weird at the time. Eminem has played there, which again, not a rock person, but playing what was considered traditionally a rock venue. But people who are fans of that music will probably love it. It'll be maybe their first time going to somewhere like Slane, which is a great venue. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. I won't be there, so it's all good. Harry Styles is not on my radar, so he's yeah. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. Mark says, I prefer a traditional guitar, but there's no denying that a headless just stays in tune very easily. I mean, it's yeah. I'm just, yeah. I don't see that as enough of a pro for me to get one. But there you go. I'm so sure there is people who love them. So there you go. Glenn says, I don't think I could play a headless guitar. I'm a bad enough player without getting distracted looking for my headstock. True. Muddy says, I prefer my guitars uncut. Whoops, did it again. See what you did there? I'm just going to leave that hanging out there. Scott says, I saw that U2 concert on DVD. The location was the star of the show. Yeah, it was fantastic. It's a great location. It's the show. Every show I've been to there has been fantastic. The U2 one was great because Ireland played a World Cup qualifier for the FIFA World Cup against Holland, and they screened the game, and basically 20,000 Irish people, no, not 20,000, 80,000 Irish people jumping up and down, celebrating like crazy people when Ireland scored a goal and won the game to basically qualify for the World Cup. It was a phenomenal experience. It was just absolutely crazy, but it kind of got the crowd super just excited. And then when U2 came on, they were, saying stuff about the players and wearing. Bono wrapped himself in an Irish flag, which I think he never really does stuff like that. So it was a great gig, and I'm not a huge U2 fan, but it was brilliant. But yeah, the Slane, if you ever get a chance to go to a concert at Slane Castle in Ireland, it's fantastic. So if you guys want to go to Harry Styles, there you go. That's where to go see him. Marcia says, oh yeah, Brent just played at the castle recently. Brent? I know. Whoever played at it. I haven't really been keeping up. Harry Styles, the guy that wears a dress. Hard pass. I mean, he might. I don't keep an eye on him enough to know. But there you go, if that's what he does. Muddy says, Dave is lying again. I've seen pictures of his Harry Styles pillows. Muddy, those I told you that in confidence. All right, this kind of a super huge Harry Styles fan. I don't know who that is, by the way. Uh, Marsha, or was it a Swedish YouTuber who owns a guitar brand? Maybe it was him that played there. I know it's one of those that they only like they have one big event at Slane every year, every couple of years. I don't think they do every year anymore. The last one I was at was Guns N' Roses at Slane in 2017. I don't think, or Metallica played maybe the year after that. I think it was Metallica, and yeah, I don't think there was anything after that, but there you go. And then, yeah, Harry Styles when it comes back next year. Glenn says, I played enough Les Pauls that a guitar staying in tune is not a selling point for me. There you go. Dave is totally a fan. Hey, listen. Ola England. There you go. Yeah, he's cool. I like his videos. Oh my God, it's driving me crazy, but I couldn't remember his name. Just popped into my head. There you go. There you go. Scott says, I'm not opposed to a headless. Nothing there for me to hit off my desk. That's a point, I suppose. Everyone complains of neck dives. Most won't have an open enough mind to give something different a try. That is an interesting comment. All right. Bernth, that dude can shred. There you go. I mean, yeah. Leave it out. Leave it out. Richard says Harry Styles has a super huge bank balance, I believe. Super huge bank balance, and that's why he's popular. Benny says that it was Ola England. So there you go. That is true. But yeah, hey, good luck to them all. Whoever is playing at Slane, I'm sure they'll enjoy it. I've been to some great gigs there. U2 was a great one. Who else? The Foo Fighters were supposed to play support to U2 that year, but they actually had to back out then because Taylor actually had a drug overdose. So Ash stepped in, and Ash were pretty cool on the day. Yeah, I've seen some great bands there though over the years. Foo Fighters, Guns N' Roses, The Verve, and Manic Street Preachers played with them. That was cool. Lots of bands, lots of cool stuff. It's a good old time. I said the Chili Peppers as well. Lots of good stuff there. But there you go. Solo or with the Haunted? Nope. Again, I think you're talking about Ola. I'm not sure. Dave, how many amps you got and what are they? Currently one. It is Marshall Code 25. This one right here. Yeah, I've been holding off getting knowledgeable about amps and buying better amps. So once I because I'm too close to other folks have a decent amp here really, but I will be looking to buy an amp probably as soon as I move, which I'm hoping, although the state of the market right now might be a while, but I'm hoping maybe early next year. I was hoping the end of this year, but I think that's unrealistic right now. I'm hoping early next year I'll move and be a little bit more rural, and we'll buy big ass amps then. So that's all. This is Marshall Code 25 is all that's there. I might pick up one of those Tube 15s that Colin reviewed on Guitaristas. One of my favorite guitar YouTube channel. Spent today watching his review of a guitar I reviewed. So there you go. That's how much I like his channel. I watched a review that he did of a guitar that I'd already reviewed myself. Very cool channel. But yeah, I think the Marshall Code, by the way, it's not a recommend at all, but it's okay. It's not great. I would give it a 4 out of 10. It does its job, so like I will play through it on the channel probably when I do a video to test this or to do a video about this, which I will do eventually. I kind of don't want to plug it in because I'm not sure of its safety, but yeah, we'll try that out in the next week or two. So I'll plug it into I'll connect it to the Marshall when I do. The clean sounds are fine on it. It's not brilliant. That's all I will say on that. So mostly actually what I play through at the moment is the Fender Mustang Micro thing because it sounds better. And what I will also do is use that to connect to my computer and just play through that because there's some effects on GarageBand, and I do have Logic on it somewhere, so I just never really fire that up though. So anyway, that's the plan. That's what I do when I'm playing guitar. Mostly it's the micro though, because it's so easy to just connect in, and I'm not bothering anyone else either with my terrible playing. So there you go. Scott says, I need a small tech heavy amp. Mine is too big for my volume level needs. Yeah, I mean, that's what that was supposed to be, but it doesn't really, I wouldn't recommend it. Anthony says, is that a clan? It is a fake clan, which, yeah, maybe you can see it here. It is it won't focus, but it's a AliExpress, fake clan, which costs about $50. But it looks, I mean, kind of looks like it. So I think it was Ryan said last week that it sounds pretty much like the real thing, or maybe he just said it sounds good. So we'll see. I'll give it a test out. Make sure it doesn't go on fire. Let you guys know how it sounds. So yeah, someone said to do a video about it. Some people said to do a video about it, so I will. But yeah, it's very cool. Very cool stuff. Listen, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there. We made it all the way to almost 12 o'clock, which is pretty good. Don't forget, this video still needs some views, so if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 views on, well, pretty much all my videos nowadays. So if you do see videos, make sure you watch them. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button and all those things. Don't forget that there's new fun t-shirts on the store. The Gibson Play Authentic. Until Gibson give me a cease and desist letter for using their trademarked crap. And then again, don't forget to scan that code, because that'll get you subscribed to the channel, and you won't have to do anything else. And just make sure as well, so just something, because a lot of you might think you're subscribed to the channel, but YouTube has also done a thing where it has unsubscribed people in the past. So just make sure, if you're chatting in the live stream, you're absolutely subscribed, so don't worry about it then. But if you're one of the folks who just check out the live stream, you watch it, but you don't comment too much, just check if you are subscribed to the channel, because YouTube is a bit of a jerk. And just make sure, because you could be subscribed. As I said, 80-something% of people who watch regularly are not subscribed to the channel. So people keep coming back and don't subscribe. So scan that thingy, hit the subscribe button, do all the things. Thank you so much for checking out the channel for tonight. Thanks for joining us for the live stream. Thanks for the super chats, and thanks to Muddy for telling everybody about my PRS shopping cart. Appreciate that so much. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Take care of yourselves. Butterfly Effect has just popped in. Thanks for dropping in, Butterfly. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. And I'll see you guys all next week with some new videos and some good stuff. Now I got to find the button to turn the thing off. Take care, guys.